without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game...
Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Play action here on the first play from scrimmage. They want to see how the linebackers are going to react. Are they looking to stop the run? Or are they going to sit back in coverage? A really nice job there of going in attack mode early, and they pick up a quick first down.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
You talk about this Lions defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. That is caught by Rice for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there, laying himself out in the end zone. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the... his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Inside the 20. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see? Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory. There he goes, right side. And he takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award. Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And in for the Lions touchdown. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route. And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot. And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs. And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now in this show. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off. Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Under pressure, they got him again. Nakobe Dean drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still could prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded right around his own 43. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Let's go now.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
Mustang 19. Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll set up a throw. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yards.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Lions have taken the lead. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And out come the Chiefs now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes to throw once more. And a quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone as a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's going to go down here and safe. They push him back to the 34. Jack Campbell drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they've sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Detroit getting set to go now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
77 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9.
19 Lions.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. On to Gibbs. Here's Gibbs. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Nakobe Dean in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Nakobe Dean make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ballgame. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Time for another look at this Lions offense. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the 1st down on that one?
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Hand off now to Gibbs. And they work this well upfield across the 35. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
18 Cardinals.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Despite the heavy running, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. 40 yards. And the Lions had 6 to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before the game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And Shark hauls it in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now here's Mahomes. That's once again complete to Chark. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle and complete to Moore. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And we'll still have time for one play before the half, as this will be fair caught and brought out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 1 second, all that remains.
Cut 19! Cut 19!
They'll throw now on the final play. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll roll him out right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A very solid gain of 27.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part. Just powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, escaping the pressure right. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Cougar 19.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They make their 2nd half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Going to be caught here, left side, Moore. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. McNeil in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. McNeil, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And taken right at the 35. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw it run deep.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
The throw over the middle, taken in. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end.